member of the public was ever trying to find out what our consolidated fees were, I take pity on them. But we now have a consolidated fee schedule. We will be posting it on the website, and people can go to that as a reference document. So it was a very involved project, and I appreciate everyone's support to make the change, but it was well needed to consolidate these fees. And I am a little concerned that the departments did not take a look at our upcoming salary costs, so we may have to go back and look at the fees again sooner than I had anticipated. But I saw very little effort on the part of the departments to address both the July and January salary increases. So we'll be having conversations with the department heads at our meeting next week about why that isn't happening. So,
Supervisor,
I don't have any problem with charging a fee, which the law states, for the actual cost. What I have a problem is when the department says they're making 4 inspections a year and actually only make 1 or 2. You know, that can double the fee.
right, that's agreed.
And that's what's happening out there on the ground, and it needs to be looked at. And I've failed to get the attention on that, but I'll keep working on it.
We'll talk specifically with Carmel
Yeah.
about your concerns.
Yeah.
I've already popped her off an email. You talked fast, but I got your notes and I sent it off to Carmel already. So.
okay, there was a motion and a second, right?
Yeah.
So, all those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Yes, I'm opposed.
Okay. Vote is 4-1 with Supervisor Pinches dissenting. We have item 13, I believe, still before us.
Yes, could we do that next week? Could we just roll that over?
Yeah,
Good.
There is no next week.
Well, the next meeting.
next meeting.
We don't meet next week?
Is there a time problem with that, Christie?
I'm prepared to answer some questions on it, depends on exactly what questions.
Well, I wanted to, as Supervisor Colfax said before, there's no detail here, and so where the money's being spent. We're referencing Mendocino County Dependency Drug Court grant. So we're back to drug courts. We had a lengthy discussion about them last meeting. What of these resources are being spent on the coast?
The Dependency Drug Court is a grant program that has been pursued by the Health and Human Services Agency and actually Social Services before that for quite a while. What it does is it puts drug courts together issues with dependency, which is Child Protective Services clients, and it puts those two components together. It is located only in Ukiah because that is where juvenile cases are heard, and the department, the branch, whatever, provides transportation to all Child Protective Services clients to get them to court appearances or other services. So that's also where the bulk of the clients are, but other clients could participate and would be provided transportation to do that. The evaluation is a requirement of the grant, and so there, you know, when you get these kinds of grants, you have to agree ahead of time that you're going to do evaluation and that it meets the criteria of the grant. So
And the part that I was concerned with was the database is predetermined pretty much by the state, and the qualified evaluators are pretty much predetermined by the state. You have a choice of 2 certified providers, and this is the one that is nearest or whatever. So it's
one of those.
done deal.
Yeah, it's one of those.
deal,
You're right, package
Yeah.
deal, I think
Yeah.
is the right term.
which is too bad.
But just back to the topic, I think it's going to be very important during the budget process that we talk about the regionalism and the departments are made aware, the board members are going to have those questions, because there are a lot of inequities, such as our discussion last week, where services aren't available on the coast where they might be. And it may take more logistics, it may even take more money, but we've got to come up, I mean, I very much would like the executive office to focus on that when budget instructions go out, so people understand that there are going to be questions along these lines when they get here.
That can be looked at. I think in the case of this specific grant, you know,
Different.
they had to look at what the criteria for the grant
I
was.
move the item.
Second.
Wow, okay.
Okay.
It's been moved and seconded to approve item 5-13 and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed. Okay. Passes on a 5-0 vote. And supervisors' reports. Anybody have anything additional to say after?
I got a lot, but I won't.
Holy moly.
Anything? You're learning, Johnny, you're learning. Give him back his pen for the rest of the week.
Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Okay, I believe that is all the items. One last thing, we did call the past CEO, Al Beltrami, at lunchtime and wish him a happy birthday. And some of us were missing, but we did sing a rousing chorus, a happy birthday to the CEO. So, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Public comment.
Nothing to.
Okay. All right. With that, I'll call this meeting adjourned. Thank you very much for a long day, folks.
You know, I don't have that.